Hey, what's up? It is AWTM here, back with All the Queen's Men recap. This is season 3, episode 13, entitled I Got 5 on it. Make sure that you like the video, share, subscribe, or follow whatever platform you're watching it on. We're going to get into it, and we get into these recaps every week. Seems like it's going to be a pretty fire episode, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Hey y'all, quick disclaimer. As I told y'all yesterday, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'm kind of stuffy, so bear with me. So the episode starts out with Detective Davis in Madam's office explaining to her that she does know where concierge is and he's planning to return in the next couple of days, but she does not have the exact time, but she will get with her with more details. So Madam did hand her some money at first, but she handed her some additional money after that information. She tells her the more information she can bring her, the more she can get paid. And you know, Detective Davis is all for that right now because currently she's in the middle of losing her job on the police force. So she's happy to get any money that she can. Then we go out to the club and Madam has to announce that, Trouble and Champ getting arrested. Everything's okay. Things can continue as normal. They don't like the police in their business and wants everybody to continue to have a good time in the club. So moving on to the next scene, we have Dumb and Dumber. They are locked up in jail, Trouble and Champ, and they're discussing, they're not going down for what Rayshawn did, but they were actually there, so they're kind of guilty by association. The officer comes up to them and asks them about it, and they say Rayshawn is the one who committed that crime. They just were going there. They didn't know of his intent to beat Miss Tandy's husband until he was unalive. But the officer said, okay, I'll let you out if you start a written statement. And they said, we're not signing anything. We're not snitches. But they actually did tell the officer that Rayshawn did it. So he says there's no way they're getting out without bail. So they sit there. Then the next scene, we have Big D. Big D is tipping out. He tries to talk to Dime and tries to shoot his shot at Dime. And Dime shoots him down, as she usually does. Then we go on to Amp. Now, he tries to shoot his shot as well. He gets shot down as well. He tries again, and she's like, no. Doc is looking like, damn, Dime, you got him out here going crazy, which she does. She has the men fighting over her. I want to see what's going to happen with that. So then Babyface goes to tip out, and he's quite short. So he was explaining to Dime that Miss Tandy lost her husband, and that's why he's short. And she's like, oh, Madam is not going to like this. Well, she's not. So Madam does enter the scene. And Midnight actually clowns him before Madam enters the scene and was like, you can't be doing that because you got that at home now. You can't be giving her no discounts. You still got to make this money up in here. I love Midnight because he's always clowning them. But then Madam does approach. They let Madam know what happened to Miss Tandy's husband. And she had a whole plan for Miss Tandy's husband being in office. She was going to blackmail him because she had so much information on him and the things that he was doing. So she's kind of like, dang, now what am I going to do now? So she's kind of thinking things through at this point and trying to come up with another game plan because that was her ticket to doing what she wanted to do and, having the police stay out of her business. So then we cut back to Dumb and Dumber getting out of jail. Now, as soon as they're walking out of the jail, not even clear of the prison yet, they're talking about committing another crime. They're talking about robbing a drug dealer. Champ brought this up to Trouble, and he was like, yeah, I know this drug dealer. I want to rob him. And she's like, I'm not going for no petty crimes. I don't want to rob a drug dealer. And then he's like, yeah, there are trap houses we can rob. So they discussed that. So meanwhile, back in Madam's office, Fuego is in her office and she's asking him and questioning him about Big D and how he escaped from the basement and did he help him escape. He does admit that he helped him escape from the basement and she really wanted to know, how did you know he was in the basement in the first place? He explains to her about the hackers to his computer and they had video live stream of her basement. So she's really shocked and upset about that. And he's like, I don't know how long I can keep doing this and keep it quiet. And she told him he will keep quiet and he will keep doing what he needs to do. He told her that the police came and talked to him. And she said, you don't know nothing, so you don't have to say anything. Just keep your mouth shut. So we'll see how that works out. So the previous night, Madam had addressed Babyface and told him to let Miss Tandy know she wanted to see her. So I'm assuming this is the next day because everybody has changed their clothes. Except for Blue and Tommy, it seems like they have on the same outfit all the time. But hey, let me know if you've seen them in something different because I haven't. I guess it's a uniform. But she informs Miss Tandy that she wants her to run for mayor. And she questions her about telling on Rayshawn, Trouble, and Champ. And what did she tell the police? And Miss Tandy was like, I told them that they robbed us and this, and that. I can't quite remember all the way. I'm just so traumatized as you can understand. And Madam kind of tells her to cut the bullshit. She knows she's not traumatized. She knows her man was into some crazy, kinky things, which he was. And now she's going to have to run for mayor because she needs her in that spot. Miss Tandy, kind of unwillingly agrees, but does agree to run for mayor. And they kind of discuss a couple of things, and then Miss Tandy leaves. So we cut back to Dumb and Dumber, a.k.a. Champ and Trouble. They're in Champ's apartment, and they're discussing the robbery that they want to do on the trap houses that they want to go to and rob. Now, Champ does say that he knows a girl that knows the ins and outs of the operation. She hangs around them. And she should be able to get them some information. What I don't understand is why they are always trying to do something to get fast, easy money, because normally it doesn't work out. And Champ hasn't been a main character on the show, but they're showing him a lot more. So I hope that doesn't mean that season 3 will be Champ's last season, because I don't think they would get rid of Trouble. But I just have a bad feeling that something bad is going to go down when they try to attempt to rob this trap house. It's only 2 of them, and they're not very bright. Back at the precinct, District Attorney Rose and Casanova are discussing things, and she's discussing that she has a good friend, which is Miss Tandy, and she's going to have her run for mayor. So I think Madam and DA Rose have the same plan for Miss Tandy. Now, which one of them she's going to be loyal to and actually do what she is told for them, I'm not sure. But she's saying that she goes way back with Miss Tandy, and she's definitely going to be on her side. And their first order of business would be to take down Madam. So I want to see how this is going to play out. Will Miss Tandy be loyal to DA Rose, or will she be loyal to Madam? So Tommy and Blue are still in Madam's office, and they're discussing with her if Miss Tandy, can they trust her? Is she going to be loyal? And she better be. I have a lot of dirt on her, and she knows better than to play with me. I just want to stop again and give a praise and an honorable mention to Madam's fashion. Her hair stays fly. Her outfit stays fly. She's just fly all around. I told you she doesn't play about her money, and she does not play about her fashion. Now look at this man-child back at Miss Tandy's house. He's sitting there playing video games, making himself right on at home. Like he lives there. He's supposed to be there, sitting on the couch doing nothing. Miss Tandy walks in and she's like, dang, you're making yourself quite at home. And he like, yeah, he don't have any shame in his game. Babyface is used to getting taken care of by women, i.e. Miss Patty. And now Miss Tandy is taking care of him. They sit down and they have a discussion, and they're discussing that she is going to be running for mayor. And he was like, yeah, I like the sound of that. I've always wanted an Aston Martin. So he knows that if she gets this position, that she'll be in a better position to trick off on him more. And she's like, yeah, if I win, I'll give you whatever you want. You'll get that Aston Martin in white. Miss Tandy is all about her freak-offs, and she's willing to pay to play. And she has Babyface right where she wants him. So I don't know if she's going to turn on Babyface, because it just seems like she has him like wrapped up because he has nowhere to go, nowhere else to stay. And she's promising him some things, but will she be able to deliver on everything that she's promising Babyface? I am very interested to know how this is going to play out for the both of them. Then we have a stalker. So Big D shows up out of nowhere at Dime's apartment asking, can he take her to lunch? Just shows up out the blue, and she's like, no, and what are you doing here? So he continues to try to press her, saying he knows she likes him and she's going to give in. And she's like, no, you can go on about your business. Like, he was like, I know that you like me, because if you didn't like me, you wouldn't act a certain way. And Dime continues to try to convince him that she does not. Now, Big D, he's not backing down. He really has it bad for Dime, and so does Amp. So I want to know how this is going to play out. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Detective Davis calls Madam and tells her the concierge is actually on the move and he should be back in the States in the next couple of days. She lets her know that she will keep her men or whoever she has watching him with an eye on him. And Madam says that's fine. Madam then tells Blue that he will be back in town the next couple of days, so they need to get a plan together. They need to see what they're going to do. They really probably need to watch out and just stay on a high alert and keep their weapons with them because concierge is no joke, as we've seen in the previous episodes. Now we cut to Tommy setting up camera equipment because he's going to film this commercial that Miss Tandy is going to do to run for mayor. Now, what can't Tommy do? He can cook. He's a assassin. He's a bodyguard. He's an eater. What can he do? So they start to set up for the video shoot. Madam asks, is he sure he knows what he's doing? He says yes. So they have everything set up about to shoot this video. Miss Tandy asks, should she cry? She says, no, you have to look strong, like you can take over this office. You cannot be looking like you're vulnerable or in shambles. You have to present a strong front for TV so that you can get elected for mayor. So Madam is really pushing this agenda, and I definitely hope that it works out the way that she thinks it's going to work out because we know we cannot trust Miss Tandy. Look at Tommy holding the camera. He's serious. He has that angle right. He has the mic out there. He's doing his thing and doing his big one. Lights, camera, action. She does her thing, and she does a good job speaking. Back at Fuego's apartment, the hackers are back on his computer, telling him that he better get the information that they want on Madam. So he says, I don't have any information. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's going on, right? So he's typing back to them. And then all of a sudden, this video starts to play of him and his ex-girlfriend. It shows them arguing, which did not happen. She just came to spend the night at Fuego's house. So in this video, it shows them arguing, and then he pulls out a weapon and unalives her on the video. And Fuego is shook. He doesn't know what's going on, how they did this, and he knows it's not true. Now, I believe the concierge is behind all of this. Let me know what you think in the comments. So then we cut to Club Eden, and the ladies are ready to party. They have their money out. They're lit, it looks like. They had a couple of drinks. So one of the customers tries to approach Amp, and we do know Amp was wilding out before, and this could have been somebody that he was dealing with before he tried to start to get his act together for Dime. And she's kind of pressing up on him, and he's pushing her away and not really trying to hear that. And then we cut to Dime, and she's looking at him like, yeah, Ninja, that's why I don't mess with you now. That's why I don't deal with you now, because of stuff just like this. Look what you're doing. Now, back in the locker room, Trouble and Champ, a.k.a. Dumb and Dumber, are discussing that they should be VIP. And Trouble's like, I've been here longer than you. I should be a VIP. I shouldn't have to be out here with the amateurs. And we're going to get into that VIP room, complaining, wanting things quickly without putting in the work again. So here they are with their Dumb and Dumber antics again. Then we cut to Fuego. He's in the locker room as well with the guys, telling them what's going on, telling them that people are really messing with him, hacking into his computer. He's being visited by the police, and he doesn't want to tell, but he might have to. And they're like, you're not going to tell anything? What are you talking about? You better not say anything. So Amp does try to talk to him and tells him to be strong, kind of keep his mouth shut, and keep his head up, tries to give him a pep talk. Then we have Big D entering the locker room. So he just came to get his stuff because we know he was bounced that ass back to that amateur locker room over there. That's what Madam told him last week. You can go ahead and keep dancing, but you're going to get your ass back to the back of the bus. So he comes in there to collect his things, and when he does that, Amp approaches him. And Amp approaches him on some, we're going to be cool, friendly stuff. We're going to squash it or whatever. I just want to let you know that I'm trying to get back with Dime, and she's mine. So I really would appreciate you backing up off of her. And Big D tells him respectfully, nah, I'm not backing off. Like, I don't think she wants either one of us. They shake hands and all that kind of stuff. But after Big D says that, Then it's on. Amp is like, what you mean, respectfully? You know, and then he gets what? Punched in the face. Like, and he's always getting beat up on or hit, and he just takes it on the chin. He doesn't fight back. So I don't know what's up with that, but things don't look too good for Amp and Big D. The guys try to talk to Amp and tell him, hey man, you tripping, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be putting your hands on anybody. And he's still upset, but he does end up calming down. So the guys are out on the floor, or this, not the stage, but actually out on the floor this time, sitting in the chairs about to perform. As they're starting to perform, they notice that Amp is kind of messing up moves. You see Doc looking at him like, what are you doing? He doesn't have his head in the game because his head is on Dime. Like, she really has a hold on these men, and I don't know. Like, Big D, they didn't even do anything yet, so I don't know what's going on with them. So they're trying to get it together and out on stage. So when they finished performing, which was kind of all over the place because Amp, again, he was messing up. So while Amp is leaving the stage, Blue kind of pulls him to the side and tells him to get his damn head in the game because you are tripping. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know what's on your mind. Is your mind messed up that bad over Dime? Or what's actually going on that you are messing up steps? And if Madam caught you out here messing up these steps, you don't want that to happen. So she tells him, in not her certain words, but get your shit together before you be in trouble up in here. Now, Madam's sitting in her office and she gets a random text. It says, meet me. So I'm guessing this is concierge. And she's like, where? And I think he's trying to tease her and play with her. I don't know what kind of crazy thing they have going on where they still can do this after so many bodies have dropped behind both of them. But I think they still kind of have a thing for each other, and it's kind of like a game to them. I think he said in the text message, you know, this turns you on, which is crazy. So now we're at the end of the night where everybody is tipping out. Amp is approaching Dime, asking can they talk. And she says, yeah, I'll come to your place. Like, get out my face. Just leave me alone right now. I'm going to come to your place and we're going to talk or whatever. So seems like they might be talking about something. Trouble is there and saying that she didn't make that much money because she's not in VIP and she's not in the main hour. So the guys are all clowning Trouble and Champ, telling them to get their weight up, get their dance up. And she's like, yeah, y'all ain't gonna say that when I'm back in a Rolls Royce. Well, we'll see, Trouble. Then we have Babyface. He starts to clown Trouble. I really don't think he likes amateurs or the fact of anybody taking away from his money. So she's still talking stuff. They come to the point where they almost throw hands, but they didn't end up throwing hands, and I'm glad of that. Now, Fuego is leaving out the club and walking out in the dark, and he's first walking out alone. This black van pulls up, and these two guys jump out, and they start to fight with him, tumble with him, and he's kind of getting beat down. So what I'm glad for is that Midnight came out, and he started helping him fight these guys off. So they're both out there fighting, and I guess the guys were like, this is too much, because they were putting up a good fight. So in the midst of them putting up a good fight, the guys were like, no, come on, get in the van, let's go, and they pull off. So after the guys in the van pull off, Midnight is like, are you okay? They're like, yes, I'm okay. And he's like, what is that about? And Fuego is like, I told you, people are harassing me. They want information on Madam. And Midnight is like, you better not say anything. He was like, I'm not going to say anything. I just can't take any more of this. I don't know what I'm going to do. So when he said I can't take any more of this, I'm not sure what Fuego is going to do. He's saying that he's not going to tell on Madam, but who knows? So they end the night by kind of saying, I'm just going to go home. I'm tired. They ask if they're sure. He pulls out his key to start his car. So once he pulls out his key to start his car, he actually pushes the button. And when he pushes the button to that car, I'm glad he was no closer because poof, it went up in flames and blew up. So somebody is really trying to send him a message that he better say something when it comes to Madam, or they're really going to do some damage to him. Like they're actually putting their hands on him now, getting physical, blowing up his car, making him think that his life is really in jeopardy. I don't know if it's the concierge or who it is. Let me know in the comments who you think it is. So that's the end of the episode. That's how it ended. So the episode's title, I got 5 on it. Was it about Madam paying off Detective Davis? Was it about Miss Tandy getting paid to run for mayor? Was it about Babyface getting paid for Miss Tandy? Was it about Trouble and Champ plotting to rob a trap house? We don't know. All we know is that episode was about money in exchange for money and things happening. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'll be back again next week. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, follow whatever social media platform you're on, and I will definitely see you next time. This has been AWTM with All the Queen's Men recap. See ya. Child, now I don't know what they was thinking about. Everybody's so messy. AWTM with the news you can use. TV shows and your latest celebrity news. Follow me on Facebook, Elise, YouTube, AWTM, TikTok,